Picture this. One moment, your home is humming along normally, and the next, a sudden, heavy silence. The power's out. In that moment of darkness, your first thoughts are about finding light, staying warm, and keeping your family safe. You probably start reaching for the things you think will help, the common items we've all been taught to rely on when the grid goes down. But what if some of those first instincts, the ones that feel so right, are actually the most dangerous decisions you could make? What if the items you see as allies are actually hiding serious dangers, like fire, electrocution, or even a silent, invisible poison? The truth is, a simple power outage can become a life-threatening situation, not from the lack of electricity, but from common, seemingly innocent mistakes people make in those first few hours. These aren't rare errors. They are made all the time in homes just like yours. Today, we're counting down the 7 most dangerous items to use during a power outage. A few of them might not surprise you, but some are so ingrained in our habits that you might be using them without a second thought. By the end of this, you'll have the critical knowledge to not just get through a power outage, but to navigate it safely. So, stay with me, because the information we're about to cover, especially the number 1 item on our list, is something everyone needs to hear. Number 7. Kicking things off at number 7 is a threat that's not about the outage itself, but about the exact moment the power comes back on. I'm not talking about a single item, but all of them. Your expensive electronics that are still plugged in. It sounds strange, doesn't it? The power is out. So what harm could your TV, computer, or microwave do? They're just sitting there. The mistake isn't using them during the outage, it's leaving them plugged in and vulnerable for when the lights flicker back on. When electricity is restored, it doesn't always return in a smooth, gentle flow. It can come back as a power surge or voltage spike, a massive rush of electricity far higher than your devices are built to handle. This sudden jolt can be like a miniature lightning strike inside your home's wiring. That surge can instantly destroy the sensitive electronic components in modern appliances. The motherboard in your computer, the smart tech in your TV, or the control panel in your refrigerator can be permanently fried in less than a second. The damage can be immediate, leaving you with a house full of dead electronics, or it can cause smaller amounts of damage that shorten your appliance's lifespan over time. But the risk isn't just financial. A powerful surge can cause plugged-in devices to overheat, creating sparks that might ignite nearby flammable materials and start a fire. Imagine the power comes back while you're asleep. A surge hits a TV, it sparks, and the nearby curtains start to smolder. So, what's the simple fix? The moment the power goes out, walk through your home and unplug sensitive and non-essential electronics. This includes computers, TVs, game consoles, and kitchen appliances like microwaves. It's a 5-minute task that can save you thousands of dollars and protect your home from a potential fire. A good tip is to leave 1 or 2 simple lamps plugged in and switched on. This acts as a clear signal that the power is back. When you see that light, don't rush to plug everything back in at once. The grid can be unstable for the first few minutes, so give it some time to stabilize. Then, plug in your appliances one by one. The best defense is a whole house surge protector, a device installed at your electrical panel that stops most surges from entering your home. It's a great investment, but even without one, the simple act of unplugging is a free and highly effective way to avoid this hidden danger. Number 6. At number 6, we have a temptation that becomes incredibly powerful during a cold winter outage, using your car in the garage for warmth or power. It seems like an easy solution. You have heat, light, and a phone charger right there. But running a car inside an attached garage, even with the door wide open, is a potentially fatal mistake. The danger is carbon monoxide, or CO. Every gas-powered engine is a carbon monoxide factory. CO is often called the invisible killer because you can't see it, smell it, or taste it. It gives absolutely no warning before it starts to poison you. When a car is running, its exhaust releases a high concentration of CO. In a garage, this gas builds up with terrifying speed. A common and deadly myth is that opening the main garage door provides enough ventilation. It doesn't. CO is a heavy gas that can linger and seep into your home through any crack, vent, or unsealed opening between the garage and the house. The science of how it harms you is chilling. When you breathe in CO, it enters your bloodstream and binds to your hemoglobin, the part of your red blood cells that carries oxygen. CO binds over 200 times more effectively than oxygen, essentially hijacking your circulatory system and suffocating your brain, heart, and other vital organs. The first symptoms of CO poisoning are subtle and easily mistaken for the flu: a headache, dizziness, nausea, or confusion. If you're asleep, you might never feel these symptoms at all. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, has documented countless tragedies where families trying to stay warm or charge a phone in the garage were overcome by fumes and never woke up. The only safe way to use your car during an outage is to move it completely out of the garage and into the open air, far away from any of your home's windows, doors, or vents. The solution is twofold. First, and most importantly, you need working carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home, especially near sleeping areas. Test them monthly. A CO detector is your only reliable defense. Second, for warmth, focus on safe, indoor-rated options. The key rule is to keep anything that burns fuel outside. Your car is for transportation, not for heating your house. Number 5. Number 5 brings us into the kitchen. When it's freezing and the power is out, your gas stove can look like a perfect solution for heat. It's tempting to turn on the burners or open the oven door. This is a common and extremely dangerous mistake. Using a gas stove or oven to heat your home is an invitation for disaster. The main danger is, once again, carbon monoxide. Gas appliances are designed for one thing: cooking food for short periods in a well-ventilated area. When you run them for hours to heat a room, you're misusing them. They consume oxygen while pumping out a steady stream of CO. With your house sealed up to keep the cold out, this poisonous gas has nowhere to go and builds up to deadly levels. The Environmental Protection Agency warns that even moderate levels of CO can cause severe headaches, dizziness, and fainting, while high levels can be fatal. A tenant organization shared a chilling story that illustrates this perfectly. A family was using their gas stove for heat and began suffering from constant headaches. The mother had trouble waking up, and her daughter, whose bedroom was near the kitchen, found it nearly impossible to get out of bed. These weren't just winter blues, they were symptoms of chronic carbon monoxide poisoning. Beyond the CO threat, there's a very real fire risk. Gas stoves have open flames, and ovens have red-hot elements. They don't have the safety features of a space heater, like an automatic tip-over shutoff. A dish towel falling on a burner or a child getting too close can start a serious fire in seconds. So, what should you do? First, focus on passive heating. Gather everyone in one smaller room and close it off. Block drafts under doors with towels. Layer up with warm clothing and blankets. For active heating, only use a device specifically rated for indoor use, like a portable propane heater with an oxygen depletion sensor, ODS, that shuts it off if oxygen levels get too low. Even then, you need ventilation and a CO detector. Your oven is for cooking, not central heating. The comfort it might offer isn't worth the risk. Number 4. Continuing with the theme of staying warm, we arrive at number 4, portable combustion heaters, especially older kerosene models or any similar device not explicitly rated for indoor, unvented use. In a long outage, breaking out that old heater from the shed might seem like a lifesaver. These devices can produce a lot of heat and light. However, just like a gas stove, you're bringing a combustion process into your sealed living space, and that always carries risks. If not managed carefully, these heaters can be a source of toxic fumes and carbon monoxide. The biggest issue is ventilation. Any device that burns fuel, whether it's kerosene, propane, or white gas, consumes oxygen and releases byproducts. If a heater is old, poorly maintained, or if the oxygen level in the room drops, the combustion becomes inefficient and starts producing dangerous amounts of CO. This is why proper ventilation, like cracking a window, is absolutely necessary. But here's the paradox. Your instinct is to seal the house to keep warmth in, creating the perfect environment for CO to build up. These devices are also major fire hazards. Refueling should always be done outdoors after the heater has cooled down completely. Spilling fuel is a common mistake that can lead to a fire. These heaters also get very hot, so anything flammable must be kept at least 3 feet away. To be clear, modern heaters designed for safe indoor use do exist. Many new portable propane heaters have 2 key safety features: an oxygen depletion sensor, ODS, and a tip-over switch that cuts power if the unit is knocked over. If you invest in a heater, make sure it has these features. But even with these protections, you can't get complacent. A carbon monoxide detector is still your essential backup, and you must follow the manufacturer's instructions perfectly. The safest alternatives start with retaining the heat you already have. Dress in layers, wear a hat, and huddle together in one room. Emergency Mylar space blankets are incredibly effective. For a long-term solution, a professionally installed wood-burning stove or a vented gas fireplace is one of the most reliable options. We're now entering our top 3, and these are items found in almost every home. The risks are severe. Before we continue, if this information is making you rethink your own emergency plan, take a second to hit the like button. It helps get this safety information out to more people. And if you have a power outage story or a safety tip you swear by, share it in the comments. Your experience could help someone else. Now, let's get to number 3. Number 3. Our number 3 mistake involves something many of us love, the barbecue grill. When the power's out, it's tempting to fire it up for a hot meal. The fatal error is where people do it. Every year, people bring their charcoal or gas grills into their homes or garages, thinking they've found a clever way to cook. This is a lethally wrong decision that can quickly lead to fatal carbon monoxide poisoning. Let's start with charcoal. Charcoal is designed to smolder, and in the process, it produces massive amounts of CO. There is no safe scenario for burning charcoal indoors, not in a fireplace, not in a grill, not ever. Bringing a charcoal grill into a garage, even with the door open, will fill that space and your home with deadly gas. Gas grills are no safer. While they burn cleaner, they still produce significant carbon monoxide and are designed only for outdoor use. The CDC is clear. Grills and camp stoves should never be used inside your home, basement, or garage. The fire risk is also enormous. Grills are open-flame devices. Indoors, they're often placed too close to flammable walls or furniture. A simple flare-up, common outdoors, can become an uncontrollable house fire in seconds inside. The stories are heartbreaking. After major storms, news reports are often filled with accounts of families who survived the weather only to die from CO poisoning because they brought a grill inside to cook or stay warm. So, what should you do? Grilling is an outdoor-only activity. If weather permits, you can absolutely use your grill, but it must be in a well-ventilated area, at least 20 feet away from any doors, windows, or vents to prevent fumes from being drawn back inside. For indoor cooking, have a plan that doesn't require an outdoor grill. A small butane camping stove can work with caution and ventilation. Better yet, have a stock of non-perishable foods that don't require cooking at all, and don't forget a manual can opener. Number 2. At number 2, we have the most classic and perhaps most deceptively dangerous item on this list, the candle. When the power fails, it's instinctual for many people to light candles. They seem romantic and are always available. However, in the modern world, relying on candles is an enormous and unnecessary fire hazard. Fire departments consistently warn against using candles during a blackout because they are a leading cause of home fires. One analysis showed home fires started by candles are at their highest level in over a decade. The National Fire Protection Association noted that, in a review of fatal home candle fires, an astounding quarter of them happened when candles were used for light during a power outage. Think about it. Your home is dark, you're disoriented, and it's easy to put a candle in an unsafe spot too close to curtains, books, or on a plastic surface. A pet or child could knock it over. You might even fall asleep, leaving the candle to burn down unattended. A huge number of candle fires start in the bedroom, where people are most likely to doze off. A small flame can engulf a room in minutes. During an outage, your ability to respond to a fire is already compromised. It's dark, chaotic, and hard to find an extinguisher or evacuate quickly. The safe alternative is simple and much more effective: battery-powered lighting. Modern LED flashlights and lanterns are the gold standard. They provide far more light than a candle, they're cool to the touch, and their batteries can last for dozens of hours. Your emergency kit should have multiple light sources. A powerful flashlight is great, but headlamps are even better because they keep your hands free. Also, have several battery-powered area lanterns to light up an entire room safely. And, Of course, stock up on extra batteries. If you absolutely must use candles, follow strict safety rules. Use sturdy, non-flammable holders on a clear, flat surface, at least a foot away from anything that can burn. Never leave a lit candle unattended, and extinguish all of them before you go to sleep. Number 1. We've arrived at the number 1 most dangerous item to use during a power outage. This device is responsible for more deaths during power outages than almost any other single factor. It's a tool people buy to keep their families safe. But when misused, it becomes the most lethal threat of all. The number 1 item is the portable generator. Specifically, the fatal mistake is running a portable generator anywhere inside your home, including the basement, crawl space, or garage. Operating a portable generator indoors, even for a few minutes with doors and windows open, can be a death sentence. The danger is carbon monoxide, but on a scale that dwarfs everything else on this list. A single portable generator can produce the same amount of CO as hundreds of cars. It's a CO superproducer. Running one in an attached garage can cause CO levels inside the house to reach deadly concentrations in minutes. The CPSC estimates that around 85 consumers in the U.S. die each year from CO poisoning caused by portable generators. Between 1,999 and 2012, they were linked to over 800 deaths. These aren't just statistics, they are tragedies. People who survived a storm, only to be killed by the device they thought would save them. The poison is so potent that people often lose consciousness before even recognizing the first symptoms. The "I'll just open the garage door" idea is a deadly fallacy. It does not provide enough ventilation. The only safe place to operate a portable generator is outdoors, on stable ground, a minimum of 20 feet away from your house, with the exhaust pointed away from all doors, windows, and vents. Other critical rules. Never backfeed your house by plugging a generator into a wall outlet. This is incredibly dangerous and can electrocute utility workers trying to restore power. The only safe way to connect a generator to your home's wiring is with a professionally installed transfer switch. Also, never refuel a generator while it's running, or hot spilled gasoline on a hot engine can erupt into a fireball. If a portable gasoline generator is your only option, you must treat it with extreme respect. Remember the 20-foot rule. Keep it outside, far from your home, and have working CO detectors as your last line of defense. The power it provides is not worth the ultimate price. The moments after the power goes out are filled with critical decisions, and the choices you make can be the difference between a small inconvenience and a major tragedy. This isn't about being scared, it's about being prepared. Let's quickly recap the 7 dangers. Number 7. Your electronics, which should be unplugged to protect them from a destructive power surge. Number 6. Your car, which should never be run in a garage due to deadly carbon monoxide. Number 5. Your gas stove or oven, a tempting but dangerous heat source that risks CO poisoning and fire. Number 4. Unvetted combustion heaters, which can release toxic fumes without proper ventilation. Number 3. Charcoal and gas grills, which are for outdoor use only and produce lethal CO when brought inside. Number 2. Candles, an outdated light source that remains a leading cause of home fires during outages. And number 1. The portable generator, a CO powerhouse that must never be operated inside or even near your home. The common threats are carbon monoxide, the invisible killer, and fire. The solution is having a plan and the right tools before the lights go out. Stock up on battery-powered LED lights. Have layers of warm blankets and clothing. Keep a supply of non-perishable food. And, most importantly, install and maintain carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home. They are your silent guardians in an emergency. Thank you for taking the time to learn how to keep your family safe. If this video helped you, please consider sharing it with people you care about. Stay prepared and stay safe.